know, a horse comes that's in tough shape and gets off the trailer, and I see them and I get a thrill of hope. Like, just think in 90 days what these horses will look like. I was volunteering at a therapeutic riding program in about 2010, 11, 12. And one of the things they were doing was retiring horses, their therapy horses, out because it's really hard work to be a therapy horse. I thought, well, if they can't work anymore, but why not keep them and just have people groom them or spend time with them? And there's a reverence for their work that they've done. They have worked and they should have a dignified retirement. So I wrote a business plan for this notion called This Old Horse. And I love the PBS show called This Old House. So I called it This Old Horse, kind of just as a riff on this old house. Nothing penciled out. No wonder people don't do it. There's no way to fund it or make it work. It's too expensive. So I gave up. As soon as I gave up, all of a sudden I felt this air shift. And it's like, I'm going at it the wrong way. I'm trying to think of creating a place. My goal should be to try to create a community. And if we could form a community of people that loved horses, and in that second, a lot of stars started to align. We don't have to do anything but get someone here to feel like they belong. Then the horses do the rest. Therefore, our adopters are not equestrians. Our market is horse lovers, which makes every horse adoptable.
One of the reasons we started this was we were upset that there was no place for horses that have aged out of their sport careers. Mounted patrol horses had no place to go. So she is just a love, and she's blind. It's pretty rewarding though. Watch a horse come in that's 300 pounds underweight, and then within maybe 90 days, they look like they were never in any danger at all. When we can ensure that they're getting proper feed, proper care, that's all I care about. The help that we get with medication, feed, it costs a lot of money, and Home for Every Horse helps subsidize a lot of that.
My first connection with the Home for Every Horse, you know, getting on mailing lists and kind of searching out opportunities, was the feed coupons. Our attraction was it's a bigger community of people in the same business, the horse rescue business, and how can you learn and whose name do you see? And it just felt like we were connected in this bigger, there's a big world out there. The Home for Every Horse gathers a community that's very similar to what we do, but on a bigger scale, and it's fun to be a part of that.
Hi, Mama.
Hey, Jill. Hi, sweet love. How are you? How's a good girl? You're so beautiful. Welcome to our family. You're such a good girl.
So we get referrals from a lot of different sources for rescue. There's 2 horses that we have here that I'm thinking of in particular, Peter and Pearl. Peter and Pearl had not been touched or fed or really taken care of. They had terrible hooves. Their body condition was poor.
Right here, he has a superficial scrape.
Horses come in all different conditions, right? Sometimes they're in great shape and not a whole lot wrong with them, and those we can work on finding a place for right away. It's the other ones that might need a little bit of time, if it's their hooves or their weight, kind of working on their program.
So what we'll do is treat that with the silver honey.
Sure, yep. That's really the process, I would say, is getting them in, pamper them, love them, get them back on the right track, and then have them connect with their person, whatever that looks like, whether that's here, there, wherever.
Our first step is we contact our Purina rep, and she does a nutrition assessment right off the bat. We don't even feed a horse until we have a feed plan.
We approach each horse as an individual and curate their care to what they need in a given moment. And we also try to do that with the people, working to make them comfortable and to accommodate anything that they really would need. We use Purina to ensure that our horses get a really well-balanced nutrition that covers all of their bases. And our nutrition program is very curated to each horse's individual needs. So I started here as a volunteer, just coming in my free time when I could outside of classes and work. And that kind of elevated me being a stable hand, and then eventually getting involved with some management stuff. And now I'm the barn manager here, as well as a participant in Soul Train, and then I do some farrier work as well. So a little bit of everything. We use Buteless for 2 of our horses here, for a Belgian Mayor, and then for off-the-track thoroughbred for chronic comfort issues that she has.
So in part of my job as the operations manager is to sort of run around and get everybody what they need, right? So a big part of it is medication, supplies, things like that. So yep, I'll go to Tractor Supply.
It's our just local farm supply store. So every time we need something, we order it online or we run up and get it. And they're so friendly, and we've gotten to know all of them. So we shop there, but also we benefit from their generosity and donations as well. They have adoption events and they ask people to support and donate, and I think that just, they live it. It's not just a once in a while, it's kind of an ongoing commitment that they have. We run this whole thing on donations and giving, and we give back, and so when people offer to give, that feels like where we should spend our money.
One of our biggest expenses is fly spray, because it's Minnesota. In the summer, the flies are ridiculous. Having those products available to us through Absorbine are wonderful, because that can help the horse rehab quicker.
Also, like the Weather Beat-It, those are high quality products. And so they've donated things to us in terms of fly sheets, blankets, because they last.
The community has honestly just kind of built itself. We've had a lot of people come in and just stay for a long time and work to form relationships with other volunteers who come in. So a lot of the credit does go to the volunteers as well, creating that welcoming atmosphere.
The volunteers make it a community. It's a huge family, and we couldn't do it with all the volunteers or without the staff. It's all family. I think there's been over 3,000 volunteers come through the barn.
So Becca volunteered for a therapeutic riding organization, and one of the horses that was at the therapeutic riding program retired out. But she had had a big crush on a horse there that was named Billy. He was her heart horse, and it was like, why don't you just adopt him? So Billy died, but it left her very bereft, and she met Imagery.
Okay, buddy, you and me. Let's do this nice and calm, okay? Me and you. Imagery is a off-track thoroughbred. Together, we've become a team, and he's been the very best therapy for me. I'm gonna get emotional again. This has been a dream for me, because it helps a girl's wishes come true. Having horses and not having a barn to keep them in, so we adopt in place, which means I can keep him here and come and visit as often as I want. We're not just here as volunteers. We have a special bond with each of the horses. We care for all of them, and together we grow a friendship and family. For me, it's huge, the love you can give a horse that feels unwanted and has felt neglect. They come here, and even if they have just a few days left, they know love.
What I have always believed is that if they get here, they will be loved. And if they die and don't survive, don't make it, if they're too far gone, the last thing they will ever know is the love of this community. And that's good. It's enough. Love is good.
It just feels good to be able to take a horse that had an unknown future and provide it with a story for the rest of its life.
It's all about the love and the bond you get and the relationship you have.
These horses have found their way to us, and we are their stewards, and we respect whatever their journey is. And to be part of that it's almost an embarrassment of riches. Love is good.